Today we're going to be looking at a typical parametric process for a pattern project. Anytime we start with a new project, we start looking at the site, constraints, what the context is, the trees, buildings, and more. And then we move into the climatic analysis, looking at the temperature, humidity, what the sun path looks like, what the windrows looks like. The next step is usually to start looking at the program for the building. How does the building fit with the program on the site? Is it a 2-story building? A 3-story? What orientation? And we start playing with the different parameters to set up a test geometry. And once we define the overall basic massing that works with the program, we start looking at the overall shape for the massing. What does the shape need to be to meet our set performance targets? We set up varying glazing percentages for each of the facade, 30%, 40%, 90%. How do we find the balance between a low EUI and high daylight factor? As we start looking at the energy and the daylight parameters, we can look at yearly maps for daylight to try to see exactly where we're having some trouble. This is a yearly lux map, and this is a lux map for a specific date similar to what LEED requires. Here is a spatial daylight autonomy map, and daylight is never complete without a conversation about visual comfort. We start looking at the daylight glare probability for varying interior viewpoints. Adding on to the performance parameter, we start looking at the water use to get an estimate by function of how much water we use and really how much do we want to reduce. What are we really shooting for in terms of percentage savings? Another key metric that we haven't yet looked at is cost. No project is possible without considering the cost parameter. Here is Pattern's unique addition to the software world, Cove. Cove runs a multi-objective optimization to analyze thousands of options to find the combination of material used on the building with the highest energy savings for the lowest cost. We can sort through all the options in the interactive platform to see which combination of materials, glass, with wall, with roof, do we really want to choose to optimize on a first cost basis or a life cycle cost basis. With our unique process, we help deliver buildings that are optimized for energy, daylight, comfort, and cost. We do it the Pattern way.